Welcome to another episode of Straight Like That, the podcast hosted by me, Camille. Today we've got Amber DiOrio, Puerto Rico's own, on for an episode. What's going on, Amber?
Hi, how are you guys doing?
But first, let's shout out the sponsors. Tasty Mates, a gourmet gummy suite based in London, England. Organically made gummies that come in a few different flavors. They just recently put out a new passion fruit flavor. So be sure to check them out, link in bio for that. And Club DS. Club DS is a streetwear brand based out of Los Angeles. The word 10 means the number 10 in Spanish. And the number 10 in soccer is always the player that brings the most joy, creativity, and takes risks. Inspired by their Mexican roots and the number 10 in the beautiful game, Club DS created the mantra of Siempre con Alegría, which translates to always with joy. The message of the brand stems deep in the Los Angeles community, and the aim is to spread this message to other communities around the world. The mission is to remind people that no matter what you're going through, do it with joy. Life is full of ups and downs, but you will always be able to overcome any obstacle. A little bit of positivity, faith, and joy will go a long way. Siempre con alegría. So let's get straight to it. So why soccer? How'd you get into the sport?
My dad actually played soccer all of his life.
Okay.
So when my older brothers got into soccer, like could walk, they started playing soccer. They played sports, they played basketball, they played everything, and he put me right into it. So then I started playing with the boys, and that's basically why I'm a player I am today.
So where are you in the order of the siblings?
Yeah, so I am the third oldest, but I am the
Okay.
oldest.
Okay. So you have two older brothers above you.
Oh yeah.
All right. So they kind of they rough you up growing up, huh?
Oh, yeah, one of them definitely did. He played soccer in college too, and
Okay.
kind of took me under his wing a little bit. Kind of showed me the ropes of soccer and how to be like the dominating player. So,
hmm So when you were young, you were just going to the backyard or the park and playing with them, or were you playing like the YMCA league and stuff like that?
yeah. So from what I can remember, we were in North Carolina. So we played for Jazza way back when. I don't even think it's a club anymore.
Where in
Um,
North Carolina?
Jacksonville. I'm from
Okay,
the
so that's like what by the water, right?
yeah. My
Okay.
dad
Okay.
was in the military. So that's where we were stationed.
Okay.
Um, yeah, we would play in the front yard all the time. Like you would catch me and him with the soccer ball all the time.
Wow, that's amazing. So were you able to play like on a club over there, or was it like? Because I know I'm from North Carolina as well,
Oh, cool.
right
Yeah,
outside Charlotte, so I know about like the state and everything.
yeah, awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I think when I got to like the age where I could play travel, that's
Mm.
when I started. I was very competitive and pretty much a bully. Um,
Okay.
with girls my age. So I would play up 2 years. So I think I was maybe like playing U11 when I was like 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was a big girl way back when, like before I grew up, I was already like tall. But now I'm the shortest. So
Crazy how it works like that, huh?
yes. Like,
So how long were you playing like older?
like how long was I playing up?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so when I think ECL changed their age thing, like you couldn't play up anymore my last year of soccer. So I was
Okay.
playing up my whole life. I don't think I've ever played in my same age group until my last year of like club soccer.
Were you playing still 2 years above, or did it
I
go back down to like one?
just one, yeah. So I had a
Okay.
Harks. She was probably my favorite coach ever. Her and John Harks, they kind of helped me along too. But I didn't. She was like, "I want you on my team," so I played 1 year up. I played with the 98s my whole life.
Okay. And
Yeah,
where was it? This was in North Carolina too?
this was actually in Virginia, so McLean.
Okay. Okay. So how'd you get over there?
Uh, my dad got stationed
Okay.
up.
So y'all were y'all moving around a lot when you were younger?
Yeah, so I've lived
Okay.
in like, Jersey. I lived in Philly. I lived in North Carolina, Florida.
Wow. And were you playing in every state?
Pretty much. I don't remember much about Florida, but
Hmm.
that's nice. So
Yeah, yeah. So where were you doing? I guess like where did you like playing and know that like, okay, I'm actually pretty good at this?
North Carolina.
North Carolina for sure, huh?
Mhm. I love soccer there, and like everybody down there was like so soccer oriented. And when I got up to Virginia, that's I guess when I was like I wanted to play in college type.
Okay, okay, okay. And you did what, high school in Virginia?
Yeah, I went to
Okay.
Patriot School up in Nova. I'm from Northern Virginia, so up there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy. We got more ties than I thought because I also went to GW in DC.
Yeah, conference for college.
Yeah, A10.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then I actually lived in Pentagon City after I graduated for a year.
Okay, yeah, my dad works at the Pentagon, so that's crazy.
Wow, this is crazy. A lot of ties. Small world. But yeah, the soccer scene in the DMV area is actually crazy. And I think it needs more love too. So did
Yeah,
you think like the competition in high school and everything
I
was
am so
strong?
sorry.
What's
That
up?
was
We got a cat appearance. This is the first time a cat showed up on the show.
yeah, that was me. I actually have two cats. So see them jump
Okay.
in, and they might do that, but
All right, that's fine. That's fine. We
okay,
like cats on this show, I guess.
okay, I guess so.
So yeah, how was high school ball? Were you playing club as well in Nova? Just talk to us about the whole thing.
Yeah, so I made varsity my freshman year of high school. And I remember this one girl, she told me, she was like, "You're not going to make varsity." She was like, "You're not good enough." And I was
Oh
like,
wow.
whenever I hear that, well, like, she was on my club team too. And she's
Okay.
a practice player, not a game player. So people like that really motivate me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's what happened. I like worked my butt off to make varsity, made varsity, became a starter when I was a little freshman. And I went to a 6A school, so it was a really big school. Like
Hmm.
I had a lot of people in my class. And then we played against really good teams too, or really good high schools. And then I was also playing for McLean, and we trained 4 times a week from like 8:30 to 10, and it was brutal. So I would go to school
Wow.
till 2:15. Yeah, go to practice at 3:30. I think we train. Come home, maybe get a snack, and then go drive right to McLean, and which is like an hour from where I was living.
Oh wow. So you were really just all ball at this point.
Yeah, I yes, which is really
Dang.
crazy. I had no idea if I wanted to play in college yet.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
And this was your like day to day when you were a freshman or like throughout all of high school?
throughout all of high school.
Okay, so you were doing both high school and club at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So then when did you, I guess, know that you wanted to go Division One? Or just not even Division One, just play in college in general?
Yeah, it was kind of funny. So freshman year, I was like, yeah, like I'm good. I got this. And then
Hmm.
out high school, women, we go through like this parts where we're like, we don't want to play anymore. We want to have a normal life. We want to have a boyfriend. We want to have a girlfriend. We have a social life. We want to
Yeah.
like, do all those things. And I was going through that, and I lost all confidence in soccer. I was still playing for my club and my high school, and I was still
Hmm.
both. But I just was like, I'm not feeling this no more.
Hmm.
It was maybe my junior year. I don't remember what was happening or something like that. But then my dad and I had like a conversation about it all, and he was like, "Look, if you're gonna play, you gotta zone the heck in." Like
Oh
he's like,
wow.
"Get into this," and I was like, "I guess okay, cool, whatever, fine." I'm like, "I'm not gonna listen to you. You're just an old dude." Like, okay, sure. Yeah, I'm like, whatever, because he had TV, so he knew the D1 scene.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
okay, fine. At this point, my whole team was committed, but me and like another girl.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
a D1 or D3, I think we had a few. And I was just like, okay. So then we went to a showcase. It was ECNL, like something in California. And VCU actually reached out to me. And they were like, we would love to like talk to you more. And I was like, I don't even know what VCU is. I live in Virginia. I was like, I don't know what that is.
That's crazy. You in Virginia, you don't know what VCU?
I had no idea. I was like, oh, like the UNC, the Stanford, the UCLA, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I didn't really know. I was like, oh, you don't have to play there. Like,
Hmm.
and then I talked to other schools at that time too. And I was like, still like feeling iffy about it. Then my senior year starts and everybody's like, oh, signing day, signing day. And I'm like,
Hmm.
signing day. I was like, I want to know. I was like, shoot, let me get on this. And then they're telling me it's like when you sign for your college, they make like a big deal about it, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, I want to do that. And then I was like, I also don't want to pay for college. I don't want to be in debt. I don't want to be in loans. Like, you know what I mean? So
Hmm. Hmm.
talked to VCU, and my coach at that time was like, we would love to have you. we want you on our team. Like very was like passionate about getting me on the team. And I guess that drew me to VCU. Plus the criminal justice, what I was majored in, really dragged me there. So then I was like, okay, fine. So I committed super late. So I committed my senior year.
Was this the only school that you were like interested in or had interest in you?
I mean, I like Florida Gulf Coast a lot. Like I was like, I
Okay.
could go to Florida, I could chill by the beach. We can have
Yeah.
time. I liked NYU too. But I didn't want to be in New York. I don't do the cold. I'm not a cold girl.
Okay.
I liked UNC Greensboro too. That was another top school. So I had the mid majors like type thing, still D1, but I didn't want to like really push myself, I guess, at that time.
Yeah.
High school girl, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a life, you know?
Yeah.
Then I went to VCU and I was completely opposite what I was thinking. So
Okay, so we got to your VCU days.
yeah.
Freshman year, you get there, and what was it like? You're obviously close to home too, because VCU is probably what, like an hour and a half from Nova?
Yeah. It's not
Okay.
too not at all. I'm not really one to like be close to home. It's so crazy because I say that all the time, but then here I am like with my dad again. I'm like chilling. Like
Yeah.
I say that, but like I have no problem going to California and staying there. But I like it now. It's like kind of nice to be close to everybody. But yeah, VCU was a eye opener.
Okay.
Very diverse, very like different personalities coming on one team that I've never played with before. So I was like, whoa, like, okay, this is big for me. Also, I came from a really good team. McLean, like way back when. I don't know if it's still like McLean. I don't really know what they're doing. It's a lot of merging. So I ended up playing with McLean, McLean was like the top ECNL girls thing in Virginia.
Okay.
So I was like playing on a really good team. I had like the cockiness to me, like a little bit of swag. I was like, I'm a freshman. I was like, they don't got. I was like, I'll be totally good. I get there and I'm like, all these girls are good. I'm like,
Yeah, so everyone was good, huh?
oh, goody. This is fun. I was like, but I have one up. I'm left-footed, so I was like, I'm gonna use that to my strength.
Okay.
And I just like to run. I was like, I can run for days. I got it. So I did. I got a start. I remember I started
Your freshman year.
my first start. I was like, yeah, like I did it. Yeah, cool. And then I lost it because I played horrible.
Oh, damn. Real quick, they took it away from you.
Yeah, I was playing outside back. So my coach ripped me out. And I was like, okay, like, what do I need to do? Like, and she just she didn't look at me for, I guess, like another like 5 games after that. She was like, Amber, yeah. So, and then,
Wow.
Yeah, kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, of course. And you're young too, so like you got no confidence. You get thrown in there and they just pull you out real quick.
Oh, I got ripped out. Like
Oh, damn.
like it was maybe the second half at like the 60 minutes, and my coach was like, no, Amber's not playing no more. She's out of there. Yeah, I got ripped out. It's okay.
Yeah. That must have taken a toll on you though, low key. Cause what? You already got a little bit of, not that much confidence going in. That shit happens. And then you don't see the field for another couple of games. I mean, did you want to quit?
Oh, absolutely. I was like, I just focus on school because I did a double major with a concentration. So I was busy all the time.
Okay.
So I couldn't do my career because I want to do what I want to do. Like, I'm very passionate about it. So I was like, soccer, you know?
Yeah.
And then our center back actually got called up to her Slovenian national team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so good for I was like, heck yeah, you go, girl. She's also in my class. She's a phenomenal player. I love her to death. And I remember I played with Sue. Oh, wait, this is my sophomore. All the years kind of mixed together. But anyway, Sue was like, oh, Amber can play center back. Sue was our right back.
Okay.
But Amber can play center back. And I was like, huh. I was like, sure. Like, I don't really play center back, but.
So what was your original position before all that?
Outside back. I was left back. I've always.
Okay. Always left back.
Always left back.
Okay.
I was a center back for high school, but that's because I yap. I'm a talker. I'm like, and I'm very. I know.
Wait, are you like a shit talker?
No. I'm like.
Oh.
I mean, yes, but no. You know.
I hear you. Yeah. Well, when it's needed.
Yeah, like I will tell you what's up and like what to do.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, you did good. Like you're fine. Like keep it up, type deal.
Yeah.
So, but that was high school ball, so it's like kind of different.
Right.
But Sue, she was like, yeah, Amber can play center back. And I was like, okay, I got it, I guess, sure.
And coach trusted you right away?
Yeah. She put me in great. game, and she was like, okay. She's like, Amber's got it. She's got a little bit of like something to her.
Did it feel
Um,
natural playing there?
I felt so good. I was like,
There it
also I
is.
haven't done as much. I was like, I can just chill back here. I got to sprint every few often. I was like, I'm okay running.
Right.
This is different. I was like, I don't go box to box.
Right. You just sit there. That's it.
No, literally. And I was like distributing the balls. I was like sprinting a
Mhm.
few, getting hit in the head a few times. Like I was chilling.
So it was natural transition, huh?
And that's basically what started me playing at a center back for the next like
Hmm.
5 years or 4 years after that. Like I was just always a center back. I never gotten changed at VCU.
So what were each years like or while at VCU?
Yeah. My sophomore year was a blur, I want to say, because
Hmm.
that's when things were changing with girls who like left. We were still figuring stuff out. And then I think it was still a good year. No, it wasn't a good year. We didn't make it to the A10s. What am I saying? We didn't make it there.
So
So
bad year overall.
bad. Just that's why I think
Okay.
I blocked it out. It was just bad.
Okay.
It was very bad. We were still learning, but it was just horrible because we
Yeah.
lost players. Um,
Okay. Transition year. That's okay though. That
yeah,
happens.
I want to say that. We'll go with that. It was transition.
Okay.
Yeah. Um,
So get to junior year.
yeah. Okay. Then COVID hit.
Oh, so you were in school when COVID hit.
Yeah. I was
Wow.
2018 or 2019. I think that's my spring. We had COVID. Didn't come back at all. And then the fall, when we did come back for my junior year,
Mhm.
um, we just trained a lot. We scrimmaged black and gold games like against each other type deal, but we didn't
Mhm.
actually like do much.
Did y'all have like a season?
My junior year, we had a spring season, which
Okay.
was really weird. It was the weirdest thing I ever did because we were put in pods. So we would play like George Mason, LaSalle, and maybe another school, whatever. And we'd play them like, I think it was 3 times. It was so weird. And like
Weird. Okay.
yeah, the best like record, I guess, would go through to the tournament. And then we were tied with another school because that school got COVID and we were supposed to play them, but then we were tied in points. So we were like, actually, who got COVID? Like, show us the test,
That's wild.
right? We were like, okay. So then we lost in a coin toss. They didn't look
That was a
at
tiebreaker? A coin toss?
cards. They didn't look at red cards. They didn't look at like goal scored against nothing. They just did coin toss. We were like, thanks, A10. So then we ended up getting screwed. Yeah. And then let's
Wow.
again. hmm
Wow. But did this year count towards your eligibility? I don't think so, right?
We got an extra year because of it. It still counted, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. But then I got my 5th year. So
Okay.
then technically my senior year, which was my junior year, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I think that was one of like the best years. My senior year and my 5th year were the best years we've had as a club or not club, college. Like
Hmm.
phenomenal. We all meshed so well together. I remember my senior year, like I think we always made it to the first round at A10s and would always lose to St. Joe's or something like that every year.
Damn.
And this year we thought we were going to beat them, and we
Hmm.
didn't. But yeah, and my 5th year we got a couple good freshmen, like very good freshmen that came and showed out for us and helped us. And yeah,
And how was your performances those 2 years when y'all were playing well? Were you playing well too?
yeah, I would say yes. I hope whoever hears this is agreeing with me. I definitely think I put everything into this team. Like I was all in. I ended
Hmm.
up my 5th year. I got my head split open to my skull, and I
Oh,
like
wow.
walking off the field, and I looked at my coach and my trainer. I was like, "Can I go back in?" They're like, "You're gushing blood from your head. Go get stitches." I was like, "Dang, okay." And then
Oh, wow.
yeah, I had
What'd you do? You went up for a header or something and like collided heads?
yeah. So I went up to head the ball, and Haley Hopkins, she now plays for Kansas City, headed me down and just split my forehead
Oh, wow.
right down the middle. Yeah.
So were you out for a period or just that game?
I was out till my stitches came out, and I
Uh-huh.
actually had to take my stitches out a week early because I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I need to be playing. I was like,
You were dedicated to the game.
yeah, I was actually on the sideline of one of the games for them to take it out so I go warm up so I could play. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
All
then
right. Yeah,
yeah,
you're locked in for real with this shit.
you know, like pad circle things like that stick like to like your ankles and stuff. For
Yes, yes, and they like I think they gauze it right around.
yeah, I did that, and I was like, I'm fine, I don't care. And
Yeah, you're crazy. Hey, but every center back, I promise you, every center back a little crazy.
oh, we're wild. I talked to all my other center back girls, and they're like, yeah, we're all the same. And then I think it was my last normal season game at VCU.
Mhm.
I blocked a shot with my ankle, completely dislocated it, popped out, and then as I was falling, I guess it popped back into place wrong. So then I'm over there like screaming, waiting for my trainer to come over. He looks at it, he's like, "Oh yeah, like your thing's messed up." I was like, "Thanks, buddy. Thanks, I really appreciate it." I'm like, "This is good." Um, then he pulls me out, and then he's like, "Yeah, you tore a lot of things, and
Oh wow.
you dislocated the heck out of your ankle." And I was like, "Great, cool." So whatever, we're in St. Louis, and we're flying back to St. Louis, and I just remember like my ankle got so fat, like it was the fattest I've ever seen something like that. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Okay, cool. I'm actually hurt this time."
yeah.
Um, but I didn't want to miss the first round of A10s.
What'd you do?
I said, "Screw it. I'm gonna tape the heck out of my ankle, and I'm gonna play through this."
You received no injections, nothing, just tape?
I was taped up. I had some, I think it was Aleve, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Pop some of those, and I was like, the crazy kind of came out, and I was like, I'm gonna play, and we're gonna freaking win. I ended up partially tearing my Achilles at that time when
Oh my
I was
God.
yeah, and we lost. So
So you played, got more hurt, and y'all lost?
yeah,
That's
but
good.
yeah,
Damn.
I then and then this is kind of how I transitioned to play pro.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Talk to us
Yeah,
about that.
so
When did I guess you want to know you wanted to play pro? Was it like that year?
actually, it's gonna sound so bad. I don't think I've ever really wanted to play professionally.
So this shit just happened accidentally, huh?
Yeah, I guess. Instagram really helps me out,
Did you
but
say Instagram?
yeah,
Okay, break this whole thing down then, because I don't know how Instagram will help someone go pro for real.
it's wild. It's wild what social media can do, right? As
Right.
my hands like messed up right now. I had a scrimmage today, so that's another story.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was dating somebody at this time, my
Mhm.
senior and my fifth year, who didn't really have a lot of confidence, like in herself, I guess. And then it kind of pushed it onto me. I got we were just not right for each other, so like the balance, it just wasn't there. So I
Okay.
lost confidence, and I was like, I'm not gonna play pro. I'm gonna stick to what I know, and that's school. I'm very good at school. I love school. I love learning.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna do that. That's where my mindset was at the time, and I was like, I'm still gonna work my butt off because I want to ring, like I want to win, you know.
Hmm.
And I ended up doing my whole ankle thing, and I had surgery,
Hmm.
and I'm in like I think this is like a few days after surgery. I'm like there with my boot covered up, everything, and I get a DM from a random agency, right? And I'm
Okay.
what? And they're like, yeah, we watched you this whole season, and we think you can go pro. And I'm like,
Oh.
okay, cool. And I look back at the other DMs they had sent me, and they were like, we're gonna watch you this season to see if like you can go pro, because I wasn't really interested in it. So like I didn't know you could look at like your hidden Instagram. So
Yeah,
it was
Instagram kind of interesting. They got a lot of categories in there now in the DMs. You could easily lose some stuff in there.
even back then I was still was like
Mhm.
not clicking on those things. I just didn't care. Like I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of like fake accounts, bots, like all kind of weird stuff
Oh,
on there.
so I was just
Yeah.
like, okay, random agency email me or DMing me, whatever. And then so I was like, okay, cool. Let me just email them or DM them back,
Mhm.
and that's kind of I guess like how I got started with it. And they're like, have you seen like teams you wanted to play for? And all I knew was the NWSL at the time, because
Right.
that's all that really wasn't around in the States. Um, and they're a Mexican like based agency. So they
Okay.
in the Mexican league. And they were like, do you want to like try it out? And I was like, sure, let's get this going. So I signed with them. They get like basically all my footage. Like I don't even know how. I'm
Yeah.
like agent, you do it, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna need till March. I was supposed to be out till June, July, but I was like, give me till March. I'll be ready to go.
And
And then
when was this that you're
this
talking about?
20, 22, my 5th year, fall 2022. Yeah. So this was
Okay.
December when I had
Okay.
to. Yeah. And then I was like, let me PT, let me rehab because I know my body can heal itself really fast. I was like, I'll be ready by March. And they're like, okay, we'll get your profile out there. We'll like talk to people. Um, Time goes on, doing PT, doing rehab, and March comes around and they're like, hey, like how you doing? And I'm like, good, like I'm cleared, or not really cleared, but I said I was cleared. My PT wouldn't be happy with me, but we're gonna leave that out.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm cleared. I'm good to go. And she was like, okay, cool. Like we have a team for you. It was Pumas. And I was like, oh, shoot. Okay. No, I knew nothing about the
I
Mexican
was
League.
just about to ask, like, did you know anything about that league?
Nope. No idea.
Okay.
I like,
Cool.
right after that, I started researching. I started doing like everything.
Okay.
I knew like limited Spanish. So I was like going off of like high school Spanish, like Spanish,
Okay.
like all that stuff.
Hmm.
Um, and like my dad like was teaching me here and there, so was my stepmom. They're trying to teach me. I was just not grasping it because I was like,
Do
what
they
am
both speak fluently?
my stepmom does, yes. My dad's like 50-50 with some things. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, where was I? What was I even saying?
Talking about the research and everything.
Oh yeah. So I'm like, whatever, we're talking, and then they're like, we're gonna put you on a meeting with the coach. And
Okay.
I was like, okay. So they're basically telling me everything to say so I sound smart and I sound like educated, I guess. I was
Was the
like,
meeting in Spanish or in English?
both.
Oh,
I
Spanglish.
Yeah, point where I was like, I can't do this no more. I was like, can I just say what I want to say to you guys and you guys translate? That's
Yeah.
basically, and so that ended up happening and everything. And then they're like, we want to sign you. Like, you're fantastic. You're phenomenal. I was like, oh yay, okay, thanks.
That
Um,
must have felt like kind of wild because this is off of a DM and you
yeah,
had like legit no like idea about the league,
nope,
about playing professional, and they're saying like we want you here
yeah.
professional as a professional player.
Mm-hmm.
That must have been a crazy feeling.
It definitely, I think I kind of was like, okay, yeah, it's just soccer. Like, pros are pros. Like, I've been doing this my whole life. Like,
Yeah.
you know? So I was
Yeah.
like, hey, sure, whatever.
All right, so you kind of downplaying the whole thing, huh?
Yeah, I was like, I do that a lot. I'm like, yeah, I just slide tackled a 6'2" guy. What about it? And they're like, Amber, you took him out. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oops. Like yay, I guess. Uh, but yeah, so yeah, like I don't really remember when I went there. I was having some trouble with my passport. It wasn't coming in. And I was playing with Puerto Rico at the time, and they're going to El Salvador. And they were like, we want you to come, Puerto Rico. And I was like, I can't. I don't got a passport. So I was like, shoot. But
Wait, hold on. So talk to us about that. Like, where did the Puerto Rico stuff come about? Was this like before all the DM from the agency and going to Mexico?
Puerto Rico was like, I knew I was Puerto Rican.
Mm.
I was like, I definitely have a little Latina in me. I was like, Dad, like, what are we? Like, we're talking about it, right? And he's like, we're Puerto Rican. Like, my dad's from there. Like, I kind of was like around there growing up. I was like, okay, cool. So I kind of started getting in touch with like my roots when I was in high school, like
Okay.
really getting to like it's like bits and pieces, right? Then I was in college and a girl on my team got called up for the national team for
For
Puerto
Puerto
Rico.
Rico's. Okay.
Hmm. And I didn't even know they had a national team, if I'm being completely honest. I had no idea either. I was kind of like only in like the world of United States soccer, you know?
Right, right, right.
And that's kind of how all like kids were growing up like that. Or
Yeah, because all we hear is just the women's national team and then NWSL to an extent.
yeah, exactly. And
Hmm.
that's like all you would hear, which is,
Hmm.
I'm so thankful it's not like that anymore. Like I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
Um, so she was getting called up and I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. I was like, I can go play for them. Like I am Puerto Rican. I was like, I have that bloodline. I was like, I know I can. Reached out to the coach and the coach was like, yeah, like come, we'll see how you do.
How'd
And
you reach out to him? Like email or whatever?
I I texted the girl Like, and I was like, can I have his number? So then me being me, I'm like bold. I'm like, hey, like, I'm here for DiOrio. Here's some of my videos. Like, I'm a center back, that type of deal, you know. And
Yeah, 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 yeah. Just promoting yourself.
yeah, I was like, I'm
Hmm.
great. I'm fantastic. Like, that's, I was a kid typing to a head coach of a national team. Like, what was I doing? Um, but that actually is kind of how I got to pro too, like for DC. So that's,
Uh-huh.
we'll get into that too. But
Okay, okay.
it's actually really fun. Jordan's gonna love it. Um, but basically, I was like, "Can I come?" And he was like, "Yeah, like come. We'll have you for a camp, give you a little tryout." I was like, "Okay,
Okay.
sweet."
Where are their camps? In Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I think the camp was in Puerto Rico at that time.
Okay.
Sometimes we go to California. Sometimes we're in the country. We're gonna play type
Hmm.
deal. But we
Hmm.
were in Puerto Rico at that time, I believe. And I asked my college coach, and she said no. And I was like, "Okay." Kind of
Wait,
like,
she didn't let you go to
no,
train with Puerto Rico?
no. So that's like,
Oh, damn.
yeah.
What year was this?
Uh, I think this was like before COVID. It was either my sophomore or freshman year because I remember. I think it was in between those 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like that's why it's kind of blurry. But it was definitely in between those 2 years, and then COVID hit, and then I was like not even interested yet. So then I focused on like college. But yeah,
So when did you actually go for the first time?
this was my 5th year. Like after I finished, busted up my ankle.
Hmm.
He actually reached out to me again. He called me. I was on my way to like go to work. I'm like, I was coaching at that time. So I'm
Uh-huh.
coaching futsal, I think, or some indoor. And they were like, he was like, hey, this is not, I'm blah, blah. I was like, I know who you are. I'm like sitting there like, like, okay. Like, he's like, I want you to come to this like thing. We're going to play Tijuana, like Cholos, whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, they're in the league that I'm going to play in. I was like, so I can get a little taste for it. But I didn't have my passport at the time. So I was like, how are we going to do this? I had my real ID though. So they were
Yeah.
allowed me to do that, like with my real ID. And like I
To play
also
for Puerto Rico's national team.
mhm,
Okay, okay.
over to Mexico because it literally was like right over there. So we figured it all out. I was able to
Uh-huh.
go played, but this was in March. Like when I said I could get
The
cleared.
the accelerated healing process.
Yeah. I was like,
Okay, okay.
mind you, I haven't kicked a soccer ball in like 4 months.
Wait, wait, wait. So hold on. Time wise, this is you mess your ankle up, you get surgery, the
Yeah.
agency DMs you,
Yeah.
you get plugged to a club in Mexico.
Mhm.
The coach of Puerto Rico's national team contacts you to play for him.
Mhm.
And you gotta be you said you're cleared by March, but really it was June, right? Oh wow. That's a
Yeah.
wild 6 months.
Yeah, you telling me. Telling me. Like I was like over here, like I'm not even gonna play soccer anymore. Like I'm done.
So in March, when you were cleared, right? You went to play in Mexico, but for the Puerto Rican team first?
So I didn't. I was just signing with the team in March because they.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so I was signing with that team in March, or like March. Yeah, that time frame, and I wasn't gonna go till July. Cause,
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah, because I didn't have my passport, and they were trying to figure out all like the documents, paperwork. So then I went to go play with Puerto Rico. I was like, okay, like I'll go play with them. I'll go get the taste of like cholos and like play with
Okay.
me play. Um, and then yeah, and then I remember we played them. We won. It was fantastic. Great time.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you I have a picture of it actually on my Instagram or like something, and I just like look at my ankle and it's so fat because it's taped up, and I because I but hadn't played soccer in a few
So
months.
you were not 100% at this point at all.
Nope,
Not even close. So the ankle was still swollen?
it was still
Jesus.
messed up from surgery, but I was like, I'm gonna play.
Okay.
Stubborn when it comes to playing.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit of a trend right here.
Yeah.
All right, so talk to us about your season in Mexico.
So I was coming into the season, still trying to get fit from
Okay. Did you let the ankle chill out a little bit?
no.
Okay.
I was training, I was lifting, I was running every day. I was trying to get as fit as I can.
Okay.
If you're out for a while and like you still dealing with the injury, for me, it was really hard to just like push myself to get to the shape I needed to be, you know. I
Mm.
just wasn't fit going into Pumas at all. So I'm there. I think I'm doing pretty well. You know, I'm like there. The paperwork's not going through, so then I can't play in some games. I'm missing like the first like few games of the season. And you
Okay.
know, soccer, like if someone else is showing out over you, they're gonna keep playing. And
Yeah.
my work wasn't even through, so I couldn't even show myself in a game.
Hmm.
Eventually, I did get a start. I did get like a time to play. I think I did good. I think I did well. But me and that coach did not get along at all. It
Hmm.
just was like butt heads.
The cat was ready. The cat was on smoke.
He's a wild one. She's like, so me and the coach really didn't get along. It was just not the environment I wanted to be in as a soccer player. I was like, I literally, I don't like it here. I
Hmm.
knew from like the first few weeks, I was like, I loved my teammates. I had amazing girls on my team that I'm still really close with now.
Hmm.
Um, but I just didn't feel welcomed at all in that league. Whether I don't know if it because I was American, I don't know if it's because I only spoke really English. I'm still taking classes to learn Spanish, like at this time too. So I'm doing
Yeah.
like single, I'm doing like the books, I'm doing meetings with my stepmom, I'm doing the classes at Pumas. Like I'm trying to get better. Um,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't really meshing for me. Wasn't I don't it wasn't for me. The style of like the Mexican teams, like they're very technical, they're very quick, like everybody's good. Like
Yeah.
everyone's phenomenal with their feet. And I'm okay with my feet. I'm decent. But as a center back, we just gotta distribute, maybe dribble a few times, pass it off, get back, defend, that type of deal. So
Yeah.
I wasn't really the player all my life growing up, like that was gifted at soccer. I
Mm.
worked my butt off every day just to be decent at soccer, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and I was never like the always like skinny, tiny one that would like strong, all that stuff. I just wasn't her. Like, and I knew that. So I had to work to get to where I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So first season wasn't the best for me. Wasn't really thriving at all. Um and
How'd
then
you
I
like not allow that to like affect your play or like your desire to just stay and keep going if you're not enjoying yourself?
Yeah, my teammates. I will give it to Irma. I will give it to Cindy. I'll give it to my like three little like Yanesi, all of them. Like those three were my backbone. They were like if you're going through it, I'm going through it, we're all going through it. So we were
Damn,
in the
real.
same boat. Yeah, we all hated the coach. We all hated the environment, but we were like, we're gonna do this together and we're gonna keep
Hmm.
and we were like, we're not gonna because if we left the club, we would owe them money. So we were like, it's okay. Like we're living in another country together. They gave us cars, so we had cars. We're
Okay.
getting paid a decent amount. So I was like, okay, like we can make this work, right?
Hmm.
That's basically how I stayed in that first season. And then towards the end of the season, I got called up for Puerto Rico again. We had a camp, or yeah, we had qualifiers for the Gold Cup.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm gonna play and I'm gonna do so well in this Gold Cup or this qualifier that Pumas is gonna have to play me. I think we only lost to Mexico, like I think it was 2-0. And mind you, Puerto Rico, we're a small little country. We're
Hmm.
not Mexico. We're not Brazil. So I was fantastic for us. Like we worked so hard. We played at the big like stadium in Mexico. It's massive. I think it was
What is
like
it? Azteca?
yeah, we played
Hmm.
there. Like stands were full of people, full of
Really?
Ricans, Americans, like everybody.
Damn.
It was phenomenal. I remember I was playing outside back and I was like, this is an amazing feeling. And I could hear my friends actually came to the game. Yeah, they were there. And I
Wow.
hear them and I was like, bro, this is getting me going. So yeah, we only lost 2-0 or 2-1 actually. Yeah, because we scored on them first and then they came
Close
and
game.
yeah, it was very close. It was
That was
fantastic.
the only country you played during qualifiers?
We played them in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, okay. And how did it work, I guess, like qualifying for the Gold Cup? Did you have to like beat both of them to make it?
So what happened? You played both teams twice, home and away.
Okay,
So that was the first round of qualifiers. We played away in Mexico. We only played them once.
okay.
A few weeks later, we're still doing Puma season. I'm like starting here, like maybe like once every 4 games. I'm like barely playing. So I'm like
Mm.
losing my mind in the soccer world. And I'm like, I need to go play. So every time Puerto Rico called me up, I like went. I was like, bye, like have a good
And did
time.
the coach have any issue with you going, or he was like, you
Well, he
can
was like,
go?
okay, cool.
Okay.
We were like, bye. We don't mess with each other, so I'm just gonna leave. Went, and then our next call up, I think, was in December. I think, can't really remember the time frame with that one, but we played at Trinidad and Tobago, and then we flew back and played in Puerto Rico against Trinidad.
Oh wow. Okay.
It
And
was a
how was that back to back?
good. We won. I'm pretty sure both games, so
Oh,
pretty solid. Yeah,
and you were playing too?
yeah. I was.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
great. So I was playing those. I was playing, yeah, those games, and then so we all we needed to do was like barely beat or barely lose to Mexico. I don't really remember the points with
Okay.
that, but I remember I went back to Pumas. This was after like our Pumas break, and then it started the new season. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so brand new season, brand new coach too. We got
Oh,
a Brazilian coach. I'm like, okay, maybe I can work with him, right? No, exactly like the other coach. Didn't really like me very much.
damn.
I'm like, okay, here we go again.
Here we go again.
Did give me an opportunity to shine and like to work hard or to work hard in that game that he put me in, and I just didn't show up. And that was
Mm.
on me. Like I didn't, like you had those days, and that day was that day for me, and I just
Yeah.
had one of those crap days, and that kind of set like the tone for me and him the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Um so that stinks. Okay. I got a notification. I need to go
It's all right.
So that season, same like last season, I'm like starting here and there, playing
Hmm.
here, like getting 10 minutes, then getting 45, then getting maybe 5, then starting the whole game, so
Just inconsistent.
so inconsistent. And as
Hmm.
a center back, outside back, it's very hard to like get into a rhythm with the team and
Hmm.
get chemistry. Um, but yeah, and then I got called up again for the last qualifying game.
Hmm.
I think we only lost again, like only maybe by like 2 goals or something like that against Mexico. So I was like,
Okay.
I'll take it. Whatever. So then we ended up getting qualified for what's it called? The actual Gold Cup. Like we actually
Wow.
this was big for our like Puerto Rico. This was
Was that the first time?
first time, like
Wow.
yeah, first time we've actually done something this like massive. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so we ended up going to I think it was like called like the knockout round or something that whatever. We were playing Haiti. So if we won, we would go to play Brazil, Colombia, and Panama if we beat Haiti. And if we lost, we would be done. Like
Oh, to be into the group.
to be into the group. So we
Okay.
were
Okay. Okay.
but it still qualified for the Gold Cup. Like we were still in.
Yeah. But it's like
But
that weird like play-in game or
yeah.
whatever, right? Okay.
Yeah, so we were doing that. It was 0-0. I we're this Haiti. I ended up fouling a girl in the box.
Oh no.
Gave up a PK. My goalie stepped up, saved the day. I was like, save the goal. I was like, thank God. I was like, I will get you a coffee. I'll get you a sandwich, whatever you want. I got it.
Save a pen for me. I'm gonna get you a coffee. That's amazing.
I got it. You got it. What happened? And then we had a sub, Danielle. Danielle has never played with us before. This is her first game on the Puerto Rican national team. Her name's Danielle.
Okay.
And we call her D. She came in and she gets us a PK in their box. So we're like, hell yeah. Like, we're going to score this and we're going to move on. Jill ended up scoring it. And then I think we have like maybe like 10 minutes left in the game or whatever. I get subbed out because I'm dealing with a knee injury.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I had a torn meniscus. So I was.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You literally will play on any injury, it sounds like.
We get to where I'm at now. This is like. So when we qualify, we get to Gold Cup. We're in San Diego. We play Brazil first.
Wait, so hold on. What's the time in between the last game, like against Haiti,
Yeah.
and then the start of the Gold Cup?
Oh, it was like 3 days, 2 days.
Okay, so you go to Gold Cup with a torn meniscus.
Oh yeah. I was already there. I was like, I'm
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So then I go to Brazil. Or
Okay.
we go to play Brazil. And
Okay.
I'm not sitting out this game. I was like, sorry, Nat, you're not taking me out. So I play. And we only lost to Brazil 1-0. And
Oh,
like
respect.
82nd minute they scored. We were holding them off 0-0. Brazil, they're freaking insane.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Girls are dribbling around me, like doing all these fancy stuff. And Puerto Rico, we're tough. We're like, okay, you can do all that fancy stuff, but I'm gonna put you on your ass. Like
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
girl. I'm gonna make sure you know not to come back and play us, type deal.
Okay, respect.
Yeah. We ended up losing 1-0, but it was totally fine. We were happy with it. We were like, shit.
That's honestly a great result. 1-0
Yeah,
against the Brazil team?
yeah. And it like so that was -1 point against us because we
Yeah.
only, Then I think it's like 2 days again, 2-day break, and then we go to play Panama.
Okay.
I think it's like they score their first goal against us, and we're like, it's fine, shitty goal. Then we ended up scoring in like the second half, and it was 2-0 or 2-1. So then
Y'all are up 2-1.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So then we ended up winning. So then we
Okay.
got rid of that negative point. So now we're at 0 points, right?
Right. With a win and a loss.
Yeah. And then the point differential goals, all that's craziness. And then 2 days break, and then we go to play Colombia. We can't let Colombia score more than 3 on us. Mind you, this time we're exhausted.
In order to advance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am exhausted. Me and the other backs have played 3 90-minute games in the past like 2 weeks type deal, right? Against very tough countries. We go into this game, right? And I'm like, I don't even think I can move. I was like, I'm walking. I'm like, frick, I gotta play a game. But
Jesus.
they ended up
And the meniscus is still torn.
Oh yeah, still torn. I taped up. It's good. It's good. I'm thriving.
For sure.
Now, but that's different. Ended up getting scored on twice, and then my coach screaming at me. He's like, Amber, do not let them score no more. I was like, okay. I was like, I'll try my best. So I told my other center back, I was like, we can't let them score anymore. And she's like, God, cool. We're busting our butt off, sliding, throwing our bodies, like doing whatever we can. Only ended up losing 2-0. So we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna get qualified for the next round, right? So then we would play like Canada or something like that. We needed this one team. I don't remember what country it was. We just needed them to win by we just needed them to win.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up, like, I think it was halftime, they were winning 1-0. And we're like, yeah, like feeling good,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then the other team, I don't remember what country it was. They ended up scoring like a few goals on them. And then they ended up losing. So then,
so they lost and you got knocked out.
Whoa. Then it came to a draw.
Oh, Jesus.
Because then they were like, oh, even after that loss, you all are all still tied up. And
okay.
We're like, how does this even happen? Like, just our luck, right? Whatever. They basically pull a name out of a jar type deal. So they ended up pulling, I think it was DR or
what?
I don't even know what team it was. So we ended up not going because of a stupid draw.
Dang, so you really got screwed by the coin toss back at VCU and then now a random draw.
Just my luck, right? I'm like sitting there, I'm like, this just happened in college. I was like, this is the same shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so, nah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but the Gold Cup was happening in March, right?
Okay.
So I was away from Pumas for a good month. Like, I was there, I was thriving. I was living my life. I was okay.
Yeah. And you were playing full 90s every 3 days, it sounds like.
Yeah, even though I was tired and dead, I was so happy. I was I'm tired and then sitting on the bench. Basically, yeah. So then I had this coach reach out to me from the USL, DC Power. She's no longer, didn't end up being the coach, but she was like, I want you to come play for DC Power, this new pro league. And
so the coach directly messaged you about this?
Yeah. So
whatever happened with the agency? That's just gone?
Oh, well, the agency's still there. But
okay. Say that again?
They're not doing much.
Okay.
They're just there. I don't want to speak very negative about them, but they did not help me one bit. So they're there. I'm doing everything by myself still.
Okay.
They're there for like the important things. I'm like, I don't know how much money I owe them or that type of deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this coach actually reached out to me in Gold Cup. She's like, I watched you. She was like, do you have any interest in playing league, the new USL league? And I was like, I don't know what that is, but okay, like sure. I'm one to like, I don't know what things are, but I'm gonna do it and find
You're
out.
down, yeah.
Okay, cool, we're gonna do it. So she like was like, okay, like I'll get in more contact with you towards the end. She's like, are you gonna sign with Pumas again? And I was like, probably not if you're offering me a spot to play in the States. So finish out the year. I'm at Pumas. I go back from California to Mexico. I'm trying just to wait out the year. Me and the girls are doing the same. Like we're going to dinner, we're hanging out, having a good time, going to practice, like doing all that. I'm like
Yeah.
5. I'm like living and like having a good time in Mexico because when am I gonna ever get a chance to like live in Mexico by myself?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Again and play soccer.
Right.
So that was my mindset. So that's why I was like, okay, let me just do it. Be done, move back home.
Right.
So contracts ended. We had a conversation. They're like, do you want to like sign? I was like, no, bye.
Oh, wow. So they actually kind of wanted you back.
They were like 50, like not 50, like 70, 30, like 30 wanting me, 70 not, like type deal. They were like,
Okay.
they wanted to give me a chance to like talk and like get my feelings for it, I guess. I don't really know.
You shut that down quick.
I was done. I was absolutely done. I was like, no, thank you. Like, I appreciate it. Like, bye. I'm really happy for this opportunity, but I'm going to get the hell out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mind you, I have in my head, I'm going to sign with this DC team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play for this DC team. Yeah. So this is like end of June. July's coming around. Preseason's maybe like 2 weeks away. The coach ended up not taking the job. We'll just leave it at that, I guess. I had a contract under something. I never signed anything. So I never was on a team officially. I'm screwed. So I don't have any team because I was thinking I was going to go play for DC.
Right. And this is what? This is June or July of what, 24?
Of this last year. Yeah, 24.
2024.
Yeah. So
Okay.
July because crazy crap happened. Right. So I'm like, holy shit, I don't have a team. So I'm like following DC Power. They posted a combine, right? And while this all happening, I'm like sad. I'm like, I don't know what to do with my emotions. I'm just going to drink. I'm going to drink and I'm going to eat with my family. That's what I was doing. When I found all this out and they were having a combine, I immediately didn't even think about my agency because they didn't help me. They didn't know anything about playing in the States. So I was like, I'm going to take this up under like myself and do it all by myself. So mind you, I am a little bit under the influence. I follow Jordan Stewart, who is our general manager at the time. He still is, but I was like, hey, I want to be in this combine. I'm going to be in this combine. Like, blah, blah, blah. And then I DM Fred, who is our coach, was our coach at the time too. And I was like, I really want to be in this combine. And then I was playing with one of the teams in my area just for practice and stuff. I texted her and I was like, do you have any connections? Because she was a coach for that club. And then she knew everybody. So I texted all 3 of them, I remember. And they're working on, or Kayla, the girl at the time, was working on talking to somebody to talk to somebody for me, small little world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was working on that. Mind you, this was maybe like 5 in the afternoon. I'm like tipsy, like da-da-da. And
side question though, what you drinking on?
Wine.
At 5 p.m.? My friends flame me when I'm doing that. So it's only right I pass it down. That is crazy work.
I was down bad, okay? I found out I wasn't on a team. We're playing cards upstairs. We're having a great time. And
you're back in Nova, right?
Yeah, I'm back with my dad. We're having just like hanging out as a family, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm working hard. My little tipsy butt is like texting everybody I can. Kayla's working on it. And then I think maybe like a few hours go by. I get a DM back from Jordan. He was like, I'm going to put you in touch with Fred and we're going to make this happen. So Fred actually was like, we don't have enough room for you to come to the combine. And this is like the combine was the next day.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he's like, I don't have enough room for you. Like, we can't. I was like, okay, thank you for the opportunity. He's like, maybe later on in July when we have trials come, you can come be a part of that. I was like, okay, thank you. I love that opportunity.
Yeah.
So then it's like later on in the night. This is like 9 now. I get another text from Fred, our DM, and he's like, actually, you can come. Like, you can come.
This is 9 p.m. of the night before. Okay.
He was like, all right, like, you can come. Like, come on. And I was like, shit. I'm like chugging water. I got liquid IVs. I'm eating the carbs. I'm eating bread. I'm like trying to get so ready to go that
Yeah.
I was like, I need to go to bed now. Like, I need to sleep.
Right.
So then got me the like permission slip type deal to come to the combine. The combine was at 2 the next day, so I had a little bit of time to like kind of recover, and wine doesn't hit me like that. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, in the morning, I have a big old breakfast of like an egg sandwich, like on a bagel with like some like meat and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Getting ready.
Yeah. Go to the combine. I bust my ass. I'm working my ass off. I'm like doing everything I can. They have me at left back, center back of the 3. Like, they have me in all different positions. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm going to join this
Yeah.
So I think it was like literally the next day or the next day after that, Jordan offered me a spot on the team. And he was
Wow.
yeah, he's like, you're left-footed, you're aggressive, like, you're very determined, and we can tell by that DMs you send us. And I was like,
So legit in a span of 3 days, all this happened.
yeah, literally.
Wow.
It was crazy. Because then I found out later on that Kayla had a connection that knew Fred. So Kayla was like, Amber's a great person. Like, she really deserves this opportunity to like show. And I guess that individual contacted Fred. Fred saw me DM'd him, and then
So it literally just came back around like this.
Yeah.
Wow, look how it worked out.
And yeah.
Wow. So you got the offer at DC. You went and played that season there. What, this past season, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you currently with DC going into, I guess, what, this coming up season?
Yeah, we actually had our first scrimmage today of like the spring season. But DC is a roller coaster too.
Like the city, you mean?
No, just my team.
Oh, okay.
Starting. So mind you, my meniscus still messed up.
Yeah, so whatever happened with that? Did you ever do surgery or you rehabbed it or anything?
No. It's still a problem now. Like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've been dealing with that pain for quite some time. And basically at DC, I started starting in the preseason. I had a bad scrimmage. I got ripped from the 11. And I'm not one to put my head down. So I was like, okay, I'm going to work my ass off and I'm going to start, because this is like my career. And I have my career. No one else is. He cannot play me, but he's going to look stupid if he doesn't play me and I'm one of the better players. You know, that type
right.
in my head. So I didn't play our first game. Second game, one of our center backs got hurt and he didn't put me in. So I was like, I'm not starting and your center back's hurt.
Hey, you know that meme of the little Michael Jordan thing, and it's like, and I took this personal.
Oh yeah,
yeah, you took that
heart, dude, to my heart. I saw the girls like starting. I was really happy for her. Look, I was like, she's gonna do great. I'm so happy that she gets to show out in this opportunity. But if I get a chance, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna run with it.
Yeah.
I had in my mind, like, I'm cheering on my teammates. I'm happy, you know. And then he calls me up and he subs me in the second half or something. Like, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna get subbed in. I'm gonna work my butt off. I get put on the field. I played so great. I think I was like on a high. I don't know what was going on. I remember my teammates, they were hype. So then I got hype with them. And that's what I love about my team. Like, we do that now. Like, it's great to hear. So then I was starting games after that. So I got my spot. Worked hard for it. Got it. And then I ended up scoring an own goal.
Oh, no.
As all center backs, I feel like, we end up scoring some type of shit.
Well, what's the own goal like, though? Is it like a deflection off of you in, or was it like you passed it straight back and the goalie isn't there?
I deflected it off my...
See, that's not even that bad, though.
I could have done a lot of things differently, but Yeah. Anyway,
It
scored.
happens.
It happened. Didn't play the next game.
That's harsh.
My coach says it's not because of the own goal, but I take it personally. I think it was an own goal.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That is
it's,
a little harsh. Hey, you gotta at least see out the next game just for like the confidence standpoint, the head and everything like that.
yeah. So I didn't start. And then the girl in my place was a younger one. So she was one of our academy girls. She's 17. She actually did very fucking good. Like, she was sorry, Chris. She was
It's
so,
okay.
I was like, fuck. So good. She's actually in Michigan State right now. She did phenomenal. But then she ended up getting a red card.
Okay. So
Yeah.
in comes
No
you?
one. Red card.
No, for the next game.
Yeah. And then they were like, Amber, you're going to go play outside back. Mind you, I haven't played outside back since my first year of college.
Wait, so she got a red card as a center back, and the next game they put you at left back, not center
You
back?
play a 3 type back.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
Yeah. She was like this, like the left center back.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But then we changed our formation. So we were like defending in a 4-back type deal. So then I was actually a true outside back at that time.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, crap. I remember it's Brooklyn. We're going to Brooklyn. We're playing them. I'm outside back. I'm like slide tackling, going crazy, trying to pop off, trying to do what I can to get my attention that I can do this. I think it's the second half. And then I went into a tackle. The girl, completely dirty, took my leg out when it was planted. So then I ended up getting a grade 2 tear on my MCL.
In the same knee with the meniscus?
My other knee, my right knee.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm actually doing that still today.
So one knee's got the MCL, one knee's got the meniscus. I see your hands wrapped up.
Yeah, I got stepped today by the boys. So
how is the ankle? Is the ankle 100% now?
Actually, yeah, my right ankle's good. My left one got stepped on today too.
Jeez, man.
I'm telling you, I don't know if it's my pain tolerance, but it's up there. Like, I don't really.
It has to be.
Yeah, it's really bad. Kind of scary. But played the rest of the season on my MCL, both my meniscus. I was good. We had our month break. I rehabbed. I'm okay now. We had 3 weeks of preseason so far. So good.
Okay. No issues with the knee or nothing like that?
Oh, no. Issues with the knee all the time. But I just tolerate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me with both knees taped up. My teammates actually call me the mummy because my knee will be taped from like my hip down to my ankle type deal. I have a leg sleeve I wear during trainings. Like, yeah.
You just gotta take a little bit of time, maybe, and just get everything right. Knees, ankles, everything.
I can't do that. Soccer is my like escape. Like,
I hear that. Honestly, like it must like tear you like apart not being on field.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
4 20-minute games or something like that, and I didn't play 20 minutes just because my like load was high from the whole week, just like my running and everything. So I was sitting there and I was like, I'm gonna play. I'm itching to play. I was
Yeah. So that takes us to what, present day right now? So what, you're with DC for the upcoming season. When does the season start?
It starts. My first game is February 23rd.
Okay. So, and then is there any news about Puerto Rico?
Yeah. So we do have a call up coming up in.
Okay.
I don't think I will be in attendance just because the load that I would be doing over there might not be beneficial for my knee at this moment.
Okay.
I'm going to take my rehab seriously right now. So I'm doing PT every day before practice, and I'm still trying to get stronger just from my meniscus standpoint. My MCL is feeling better. Crazy thing about MCL is they can heal on its own. It doesn't help that I'm still playing, but they can at least control what I'm doing, you know? If I'm not in training, that type of deal. So I don't think I will be going to that, sadly. But then we have qualifiers in October, and I want to be 1,000% for that. I want to be so ready for those qualifiers that I am like not thinking about my knee. You know?
And what's those qualifiers for?
Gold Cup again.
Gold Cup. Okay. Oh, and it's the same process again. It's gonna be like 3 teams.
Yes. I don't think it's the same teams, but it's the same.
Like the number of teams. I mean, like 3 type thing. Got you. I got you. Well, yeah. I mean, take a little bit of time and just get them both knees right. MCL, meniscus, just make sure they're good. Come
Yeah.
October, Puerto Rico needs you. It sound
I
like it.
I know that's what I'm saying. And then like here, like if I went to the thing we're gonna be doing, it's like 3 games in like 7 days or something. Like it's a lot on my knee.
Are they
And
friendlies or do the
I
games matter?
I'm not sure. I think they're just friendlies. Or
Okay.
they're like a cup. So they're still games. They go to something in the cup, but not towards our standing, I don't think. I'm not
Okay.
really but
Okay.
my I have had a serious talk with my club about it, and we both came to agreement that they can control me here, which sounds weird, crazy, but control everything I do here, and it's gonna help me out in the long run.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. They'll get you ready for October's call up with Puerto Rico.
yeah, I hope so. Fingers crossed.
All right, since we covered everything, all your whole journey up to present day,
Hmm.
let's ask a couple of questions to get to know Amber. How about that?
Cool.
All right, so going to the game, and I ask this question all the time.
Hmm.
Going to the game, it's a big game and everything. It's a home game too.
Okay.
What's the fit look like?
Oh.
One, and
Hmm.
then two, who are you listening to kind of get you like locked in that mode?
Oh yeah. Okay. Bet. So basically, I'm like ox on everything. I'm always on ox.
Oh, so you ox for all teams you've been on?
Just for DC.
Okay, just for DC. Okay, okay, okay.
I don't really. That's not for me. But DC, I claim it. I come in with a big speaker and we're good.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, so I'm like a comfy, cozy, like but really cute type streetwear type. You know,
Okay, okay,
I'm coming in with like the baggy like cargo type things, and like maybe
okay,
one of my outfits was like a cargo, the black ones with like a graphic tee and a white long sleeve underneath, and that was my fit. That's what I like. I'm not a
okay.
top. I'm not gonna try to show out. I'm just here to do my thing. But also, I got an hour drive to DC. So I'm like, let me just be comfy. And like after the game, I know I'm going to be working hard. So I'm going to be comfy too, you know?
Right. See, you're
Yeah.
thinking after the game too. I hear you.
Yeah. I'm like
Okay.
head. And then I'm like, I love Kendrick. I love SZA. I'm like an R&B type.
Okay, so you gassed for the Super Bowl halftime show then.
So excited.
It's literally both of them.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm ecstatic. You have no. Uh, but my team, we like some throwbacks. Like that's what
Okay.
I like to listen to. Like Akon, like that type of throwback.
So
Like
we're going back to like what, like mid 2000 throwback.
2010. Like that's what they like, and that's what we all kind of like vibe to. Sometimes it's like the new stuff, but good majority of the time it's throwbacks. That's what we doing.
Okay, okay. So that kind of gets y'all in the mood as a team in the
Oh
locker
yeah.
room before the game.
And for starters, like when we are walking out, we listen to "Lose Yourself" by Eminem. That's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So what is or has been your favorite stadium to play in? Or that you've played in even?
I love Audi,
Okay.
but I like Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego, where I played against Brazil and Colombia and Panama. That was my favorite stadium.
Yeah, what'd you like about it?
It's just so nice. I mean, California too, it's beautiful. It's like a round stadium too, so it's like not like anything crazy. But like when you walk out, you're walking out in the middle, and like the sun sets like right there. And our games are at like nighttime, so they're
Yeah.
set. You know, beautiful, great weather, perfect.
Yeah, so you just set the scene for everything, huh? That's what you like, the scenery of it all.
I'm like working my butt off under the lights. I'm like, this is pretty. Where's the photographers?
Yeah. All right, let's ask this a little bit more of a serious one.
Gosh.
Who has been like your biggest motivator, or what is your biggest motivation when it comes to the sport?
I want to say my family. I am a
Mm,
big family girl. I with my family right now. We
mm,
are really close. I'm very close with my sister and one of my older brothers and my dad. Like we're tight knit like group.
mm.
Um, I kind of go into every game wanting to make them proud. And also, my grandfather passed away when I was in college, and he was my biggest fan. He's from New York. So you know the New Yorkers, they got the loud mouths. They're fighting with the refs, they're doing everything. But I remember one game before he passed away, I heard him in the stands like saying, "You got it, Burr. Like, go ahead, give him hell." And I was like, yeah. So that kind of stuck with me
Mm-hmm.
ever since. And I do it for my family. And I mean, obviously I do it for myself, but like they're a big part of who I am. My older brother took me to soccer practice at 10 o'clock at night. My dad took me to soccer. He paid for my soccer. My little sister sat through all my soccer games in the rain and the cold. And like sometimes she's like, "Can I go to your practice? Hang out with you?" So like just being that role model for her and like showing her like, look, I'm playing a professional sport when I really didn't know if I was going to or not. And I worked so hard. So that's kind of, I wanted to set that up for her. But yeah.
What a lovely answer.
Yeah.
What a lovely answer. I love that one. That's a good one to end on, honestly.
Perfect.
I'm gonna ask now we're gonna go to the Instagram questions and
Already.
we'll ask a couple of them.
They kind of made me
Let's
nervous. Like, what if you're gonna ask? Like,
so a lot of them kind of like overlap really. Um, One was basically what inspired you to play soccer. I guess you kind of touched on that a little earlier about your dad and your brother.
yeah.
Um, how about this one? Who is your most famous contact in your phone?
Shoot. Oh, Vernon Davis.
How you know Vernon Davis?
Like Hall of Fame, Vernon Davis. We are buds. We're tight. We're close.
Where did that come from?
So he's one of our like owners, I guess. He puts
Oh, for DC.
yeah. And one day he like we were just chatting or something, and then I followed him on Instagram. He followed me back, and sometimes I'm like, "Hey, like you going to like the Commanders game?" He's like, "Yeah, you need something." I'm like, "Sure, I'll take a picture or whatever." And then NBA, he like goes to a lot, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to this game. You want to go?" I'm like, "Okay." It's like, "Sure."
That is crazy. That's the most random link up I think I've probably ever heard.
Me and Vernon are buds. It's crazy. I guess Jordan's famous too. I have Steve. He played for DC United. He was their captain. He's one of our GMs. He's phenomenal. Great guy. Um, I guess like I have a lot of higher up dudes
Mhm.
as my contacts, but just because I'm like friendly with them all, you know? Like I'm
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
you bump into them at the facilities and stuff, so it's kind of normal.
like what's up?
Yeah, those are your coworkers, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. But you my coworkers still.
Right? And
Yeah.
then let's do this last one.
Okay.
If it weren't soccer, what would you be doing?
Oh gosh. I want to run. I'd be a runner. Or I do
Really?
CrossFit. That shit looks so fun. Oh, or MMA. Frick, I don't know.
So pick one.
Okay.
If it weren't soccer, what would you be doing? And I think I'm not sure if they meant like career wise, like we could also talk about like law, criminal justice, or if they're talking about sports. So it's
Yeah.
up to you on how you want to answer this.
Okay, so if it wasn't for soccer and I did not do any sports in general, I would be working my butt off to be in like the CIA, like FBI,
Cool.
like that Secret Service
You
type
know,
stuff.
that's how I know you spent time in Nova because every kid at some point that lived in the DMV area wants to do something with the government.
Yeah. That's
Every time.
but I want to do it more on the lines of, like I want to help like women in needs. I want to help
Mm,
special kids. I want to help kids in general. I want to give back type working for the government type deal. I
yeah.
want to find the criminal, make sure crime doesn't happen in a certain area, that type of deal.
Mm.
Um, but if it was like sporty wise, I would do like MMA. Like I would go and like kick some butt in that. Get out my aggression. Get out my anger.
Yeah, you a proper center back. Oh,
Going crazy.
that is crazy. What a answer, honestly. Yeah, real center back for real.
Yeah, I,
But listen, Amber, thank you for hopping on, sharing your whole story, giving us the time of day, energy, everything. We really appreciate it. I know I do. We all wish you just like mainly a healthy time playing, and then just enjoyment as you go on.
thank you. I really appreciate it. And I love like talking about these things. So it feels really good.
Peace.